To make the symbol of the X-Men, first draw an X, and then circumscribe that X with a circle. Circumscribe, C-I-R-C-U-M-S-C-R-I-B-E. Circumscribe. Thank you to Reddit user RiceBall2015 for suggesting this word as one of their favorite words related to engineering. Let's talk about a stricter definition of the word circumscribe as well as a looser definition. As it relates to engineering, we might refer to the stricter definition more often, and that's because it comes from math and geometry, and that makes sense. I mean, math should have stricter definitions. So when it comes to math and geometry, circumscribe just means to draw a figure around another figure such that the outside figure touches the inner figure in as many places as possible without actually crossing that inner figure. So think about that. I mean, the example that immediately comes to my mind, which might be a judgment on what goes on in my head, is a pentagram. So that's where you have a 5-pointed star, right? And you draw that out, and then you draw a circle circumscribing that star to finish the pentagram. So the circle goes around and it touches at all 5 outer points, but it doesn't cross the star. So to use a less satanic example, because that's weird, we also have that beginning symbol from the introduction, the X-Man symbol. You know, that famous comic about mutants from Stan Lee from Marvel. Well, it's just an X, and you circumscribe a circle around it. It touches the X at the 4 points, but doesn't cross it. You could probably think of a whole bunch of other symbols or figures that require some kind of circumscribe. What's the noun form of that? Circumscribeness. The act of circumscribing something around another figure. And so there is more than just the strict mathematical or geometric meaning of circumscribe. There's also the looser meaning where people might just use it to generally refer to a limit or a boundary. So you might circumscribe a fence around a house, colloquially. I mean, the fence is not literally touching the house, but it does bound it, so people might use it that way. You might circumscribe a problem. You might metaphorically circumscribe it by defining what the system is, defining strictly what you're talking about. Those are the looser ways of using this word. I'm actually more interested in the prefix of this word than the word itself. So circum, you might recall from other words that it means around or surrounding. So the other word circumference refers to the length around a circle. Or the word circumnavigate, you learn about that word in history class when you're a kid because you learn about how people circumnavigated the globe, like pirates and some such. As you can tell, I learned a lot of history. There's circumcision, a very special type of surgery that goes around a very special organ. It makes me want to create my own word that begins with circum. Maybe in the future we'll have things like circumcoding or circummanufacturing, whatever that means, or circumboogieing, to dance around something. That would be cool. Until that day, I hope you use the word circumscribe, our engineering word of the day. Hey, this is Pius Wong, your host of this show and resident bio/mechanical engineer and wannabe computer/software engineer. I also host the K-12 Engineering Education Podcast, so if you're into engineering education, please go on over to www.k12engineering.net and check that other show out. Thanks.